Hi, this is Essential Me series hosted by Essential Partners. So what you see here is the schedule that we have, what we've had in the past and what we have coming up. Today we have Essential Focus and Finance with Ann Martin. And I know we get the question a lot, we're not related. We do see each other a lot now, but we're not related. Anyway, what we have next on here is going to be the Essential Brain Health is coming up next week, and then Essential Animals and Essential Yoga. So be looking forward to those. How does learning about your finances and essential oils go together? Well, I'm going to tell you. Wanted to look at our financial lifespan. We don't have a lot of time really to make our money, to earn that money, and to look at what we have here. So in your adolescent years, you're not making anything. So we'll call that through 16, right? You might get your first job at 16. All of this stuff I threw together just to kind of get an overall picture of our finances as Ann and I talked. And these are all just Google searches. So you can make this too. Start college maybe at 18. And you start maybe living on your own then and taking on some expenses. Average living expenses with just a car, a home, and food is about a little over $26,000 a year. And then once you get out of college, you've got that average student debt at graduation of about $30,000, I should say. And then maybe you start your career right after college at 23, and you start making some money. So your income here in the green starts going up as you're learning more and more about whatever career you've decided. And then you find that certain someone in your late 20s or so, and you decide to get married, and the average wedding nowadays is $35,000. Shortly after that, maybe you have your first kid, and that average birth is about $11,000. Then you need that home now that you've started a family. You need a home, so you decide to put your first payment down on a home, and that averages about $17,000. Then you have your work career experience until you retire. And if you decide just to take Social Security, that income that you had is going to drop significantly down to this level for the rest of your life. So what happens when you hit Social Security is it's taking, and correct me if I'm wrong, about a 30-year average from the time that you retire. That's or correct. From 62, 65, after retirement age. Once you start taking Social Security, it's 30 years prior to that is what you're taking into account as the average that you're going to get as Social Security.
That is correct.
So now we're going to focus a little more. Help with our essential oils. So essential oils work through our limbic system, activating healthy neural pathways that allow for healthy, focused brain activity. So one of the first things I have in my toolbox to help me with all these numbers and trying to figure out how much money I need to retire on is Intune. Intune supports cohesiveness in thought and keeps you tuned into the task at hand. So like around this time of year when you're thinking about taxes, this is a good one. What you do with this little roller ball here is you take it and you're going to put it on the occipitals on either side. So it's at the back of the neck where you have the center of the neck. You're going to go on either side, and there's two little squishy areas on either side of the nape of the neck. And you're going to put a little bit of this on both sides. That's going to help you keep in tune. Serenity. So you start playing with numbers and you get a little anxious. Serenity is going to be the one that calms the feelings of anxiousness, allowing you to think clearly. Because sometimes when those emotions get involved, we don't think clearly. Then we got peppermint, and peppermint's going to wake up your senses and energize your mind for recall. Great memory recall with some peppermint. I know people who have taken tests that used peppermint during their study time and then used the peppermint for recall during their tests and really helped them out. Some doctors that I know have used that. Next, we have frankincense, our golden standard of oils. And frankincense is going to stimulate healthy brain chemistry, supporting the mental clarity. I forgot one, balance. Balance is one I use every day. You can either put it on the bottoms of your feet, or I tend to put it with some lotion and a drop in my hands in the morning. And basically, balance centers the emotions and mental state to concentrate on productivity. Then we go to the gut. Has anybody ever heard that the gut is the second brain? Well, PB Assist is one that nourishes the gut for healthy neurological function at the gut level. It's a really good probiotic that we have. There's other probiotics out there. I've tried some. I like this one. It has a prebiotic, so it gets past that stomach acid and actually can get to the intestines to work well. Terrazyme. As we get older, the enzymes in our stomachs do not have all the zest that they used to have, maybe from some of the things we've been eating or just age. They've depleted. We need to replenish those. So use a stomach enzyme. Terrazyme is the one that I use, and it allows for more efficient nutrient intake to fuel your mental activity. So if we move on from some of the oils, I'm going to show you the value of them because we're talking finance, right? So you want to know why, you now know why you're going to use the oils, but how does it fit in with finance? So the CPTG is Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade Essential Oils. They're 100% pure quality oils. So what that means is 1 to 3 drops is an adult serving. And on average, a single oil, meaning it comes from a single plant, is 21 cents a drop. Any of the blends that are blended for a specific purpose, like Balance and like Serenity and like Intune that we talked about, those are going to average about 16 cents a drop. So they're very economical when you're looking at what to use for different things in your health. So a financial focus. So how do you make your money work for you? We're going to show you a quick grocery store makeover, health supplements, cleaning products, and your bathroom cabinet. So if you haven't already made kind of like a comparison to wherever you decide to go for these products, do a side-by-side comparison. We've made it pretty easy with a form here. So you could take whichever store you're using, your store here, and then doTERRA's, and I've got the sizes here. I was going to fill this in, but I think everybody's in different places, and I want you to check out your store and see what happens. These numbers out here are just that if you get these in combination, you can get them at cheaper rates even. And this is the personal products, so personal care. We all use them. So this is the list that I had from doTERRA of things that I've used, things that I still use. Healthcare products. And then we've got home care products. So what you'll do is you'll fill those out, and then you're going to put your total cost here. Now, if we got everything on the list, this is the total dollar value. You're not going to get everything on the list, right? Because you don't need 3 different kinds of skincare, and you don't need 2 different kinds of vitamins, and you don't need a lot of those different things. But what we're going to look at then too is if you're just a beginner with the Loyalty Rewards program, you're going to get 10% back. If you have maxed out with your Loyalty Rewards, you're at that max 30%. So you're going to get almost a third of that back. I don't know of a grocery store yet that gives you that kind of money back. And the most important thing to note is that the products that you're using here are all natural, and they support your health and the health of your finances, because you're going to be getting the money back to get free products, but you don't have any of the chemicals in them. There's nothing in those that are going to block your hormones, that are going to have, cause some side effects, etc. The only side effects to all natural products is side benefits. So here's a grocery store makeover. I use every single one of these, except I would say here, I'm not kind of the hard soap kind of girl. I use the soft soap, the gel that they have. But other than that, I use the Barrage, we use the ointment, we use the foaming hand wash at every sink, the toothpaste, and the toothpaste doesn't have the fluoride that mixes with, the aluminums that we have around. And so you don't have any issues with those combining and causing things within your body as well. The shampoo and conditioner, cleaning around the house without chemicals. Kat talked about that. Sore muscles, of course, all the sports that everybody's in, we got to have some of that. And then, of course, the laundry detergent. When you're sweating and whatnot, the largest organ you have in your body is your skin. And here, we sweat a lot. We're in Arizona, it's gonna be a little warm. But wherever you're at least in the summers, you're probably sweating. And when you're sweating and you're taking on those chemicals from your laundry detergent, that most of them don't even have on the label, that could cause an imbalance with your hormones. That could cause some blockages that could affect your health. So just be careful of what's in the products that you're using if you're not using these. Here's another one, supplement makeover. I didn't use supplements before. I do use these now, and I have been using them for quite some time, and I noticed a big difference in my health. Now, doTERRA went out, and with the vitamins that they have, they went and asked all the vitamin experts, if you could put whatever you wanted in your supplement, what would you put? And then they made sure to put the right dosages, so it's not just fairy dusting, as they call it, to make sure that you're actually getting the benefit of it, not just enough to be able to put it on a label. So when you're doing that, you're getting the best of the best. So in order to get this, you would have to buy all of this to get the right amounts of everything that you need to really function at your optimal. So again, you're saving money. Now, cleaning makeover. Besides all the chemicals that I already mentioned aren't great for you, and you've seen that. You've seen that when you start doing an oven cleaner or some other cleaner and you start choking, or your lungs are like, oh, I got to hold my breath for another 30 seconds so I can finish this up. Those are the things you definitely want to stay away from. You don't have to do that with the On Guard. And this little bottle will go a long way. So it's 24 ounces, but you only use 2 tablespoons at a time in each of these. So when you can make 12 bottles at $1.20 each. So on the onset, it may look like this is expensive, but it's a concentrate that equates to 12 bottles at $1.20 each. And you're supporting your health, because On Guard is an immune booster. Bathroom cabinet makeover. So this could have looked like my bathroom cabinet before we started with doTERRA. This definitely is more like what I have right now. Actually, mine's pretty empty. There's no need for all these. And what you're finding, just like Kat said in her presentation, what you're finding is that a lot of those things expire. Your oils don't expire that often. They last a very, very long time. So in doing that, you're saving money that way, as well as saving maybe some doctor's visits, where you can take care of things and make sure that your family's healthy. Now we've got questions. I'm going to give this back to Anne.